What's up YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome back to another TCG deck profile video on my channel. Today we'll be starting with the post-rotation deck profiles you've all been waiting for. So if you're excited, be sure to demolish the like button as always and subscribe for more content like this. To start the post-rotation deck profiles, we're gonna start with Alolan Exeggutor. This is gonna be one of those deck profiles that is gonna be very interesting because it's a unique creation. Yeah, buckle up. So we're gonna explore Alolan Exeggutor. This is one of the few archetypes that still remains its ball engines like Netball and Mysterious Treasure, for instance. First of all, we're gonna be running 3 copies of Alolan Exeggutor. We're gonna be running the Dragon type version of that, also paired with 1 copy of the Grass type Alolan Exeggutor. Alolan Exeggutor has the Tropical Shake. For a single energy, you can dish out 20 damage, plus 20 more for every different type of basic energy in your discard pile. So we're gonna be running a couple of one-off energy cards, so we can just put them in the discard pile for our damage output. With cards like Viridian Forest being played in a lot of decks, we'll definitely make use of that, but not only that, we're also going to be pairing it with, of course, the opponent's Heat Factory. We have Fire Energy in the deck, so we're going to be seeing a couple of different type of energies here, but mainly we're going to be running Grass energies for, of course, our attack cost. So 4 copies in total, 3 Dragon types and 1 Grass type. This is just for type coverage. The Grass type is not searchable at all, but the Dragon type is searchable with Mysterious Treasure. So there's only 1 copy of the Grass type, since the Stage 1 Dragon type is way easier to find. Then for the Exeggcute, we're gonna be running 4 copies of Exeggcute. That's gonna be 2 copies of the new Exeggcute, which is a Psychic type from the Unified Mindset, and also 2 copies of the Forbidden Light one, the one with the Multiply. This is gonna be one of those eggs that you don't get out against Giratina and Garchomp Tag Team GX, since that snipes 40 damage. Other than that, this is gonna be ideal if you start with it, attach a random energy from the hand, use Multiply to get another Exeggcute in play. These are searchable with Mysterious Treasure, these are searchable with Netball. It all depends on the situation. So 2 copies of this Exeggcute and then 2 copies of that. Why are we actually starting with Alolan Exeggutor as the first post-rotation deck profile? I have a soft spot in my heart for Alolan Exeggutor. It got me a lot of championship points this year, so that's why I decided to make this the first deck profile we're visiting. There's gonna be a ton more. I already made like I think 11 deck profiles already that I just have to get out here on the channel. So yeah, buckle up for more videos coming soon. Next up, we're gonna be running 2 copies of Altaria of Dragon Majesty. With the Fight Song, we'll be able to dish out 20 extra damage with our Dragon type. So if we get this out, our Alolan Exeggutor will be able to dish out 140 damage. If we get 2 of them out, that's 160 damage. And I'm not even talking about Shrine of Punishment. If Shrine of Punishment is thrown in the mix, that's a maximum damage output of 170 damage, which is gonna definitely be enough to knock out a lot of Pokemon. So 2 copies of the Altaria and then 3 copies of Swablu. This is gonna be the one with Sing. You could also think about running the Swablu with, of course, Collect to draw a card. But I think this is gonna be definitely a nice addition because Guzma is gone, Acerola is gone, so running the one with the Sing might actually help you in certain situations to buy yourself a turn. So 3 copies of the Swablu, then 2 copies of Altaria. And then they're also going to be running 1 copy of Ditto. Ditto can either evolve into Alolan Exeggutor or evolve into Altaria, depending on the situation. To finish off the Pokemon lines, we're definitely going to be running 2 copies of the Chuckle here. This is going to be the one from Lost Thunder with the Fresh Squeezed ability. That way we can just put it down on the bench, and now we can search our deck for 3 basic energies and discard them. This is going to be the way to boost the damage output of Alolan Exeggutor way quicker. So these are all the Pokemon you'll need in your deck. So moving forward, we're gonna talk about the supporters. Since we no longer have, of course, Marshadow from the Shining Legends set with Let Loose, we're definitely gonna be running more supporters than ever before because we don't want to be bricking in this new format. First of all, 4 copies of Lily. Lily will be ideal to just get, of course, on your first turn. If you get it on the first turn, you can draw cards until you have 8 in the hand, and that will definitely make sure we can draw cards like, of course, Mysterious Treasure, Netball, etc. to just get our Pokemon up and rolling. If you get a bench with full of Exeggcute and Swablu and Ditto, you're definitely gonna be having an awesome time. Also, another supporter that's still very good after rotation, Cynthia. This is probably the most consistent draw supporter, since it's just shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 6 cards. We're definitely going to be including that. Other than that, we're also running 2 copies of Sights here. This can just discard any number of cards in your hand, then draw 5 cards. Why is this going to be good? Sometimes you want to be using sides here to get energies in the discard pile. You don't always want to rely on Chuckle. Sometimes you have an opening hand with a bunch of basic type of energies in there. With sides here, you can just get rid of your entire hand, yeah, depending on which cards you want to keep. Also, without Rescue Stretcher, this is going to be ideal to keep certain puzzle pieces in your hand. So that's why there's that in here. Then one copy of the Erika's Hospitality. This is going to be ideal because sometimes we're going to have like yeah, only 4 cards in the hand because Mysterious Treasure actually discards cards from the hand, which is awesome. And that way we can sometimes have this powerful Erika's Hospitality to just draw a maximum of 6 depending on how many bench Pokemon the opponent has in play. So if it has 5 bench Pokemon, we draw an additional 6 cards, so that's going to be powerful to get our everything up and rolling. Then for the last supporter of the deck, one copy of Brock's Grid. Without Rescue Stretcher, getting everything back will be very difficult. Although Alolan Exeggutor does have a huge amount of HP, those tag teams will definitely cause ourselves a little bit of a trouble here and there. So that's why there's that in here to recover our Pokemon. And also, if there's something you're doubting with, you can also be tagging in the Mew from Unbroken Bond. So you have a little bit of an edge against bench sniping Pokemon. So like, let's say Tag Bolt GX might actually get the better of us in certain situations. Sometimes that also is an option in this deck. So, moving forward, we're gonna go for the item cards. First up, that's gonna be very easy for Mysterious Treasure. Mysterious Treasure is gonna be our main engine to get our Pokemon up and rolling. We can search out an Exeggcute, we can search out Alolan Exeggutor, we can search out Altaria, so that's gonna be fantastic. That's half of our Pokemon we can search out thanks to Mysterious Treasure. Things like, of course, Swablu is not searchable, the same goes for Ditto, but those we'll draw into it manually. Thanks to cards like Lily and Cynthia, we're definitely gonna draw into those, then we can just bench them right away. Other than that, we also have Netball. Netball searches out a basic grass type energy or a grass Pokemon, so that's gonna be fantastic. Sometimes you can just use Netball to get, of course, your Chuckle. Sometimes you can use it to get, of course, your Exeggcute. Why are there 4 copies in here? This is also gonna be necessary to get our basic grass type energies. We're not gonna be running a lot of them. We can get, of course, we can get them back with Brock's Grid when the time is right, but mostly we're definitely gonna be running 4 copies of the Netball for, of course, our setup. And the early phase of the game, get yourself Exeggcute or Chuckle to get the damage output rolling with, of course, the Tropical Shake. Moving forward, we're also going to be running 4 copies of Acrobike. Acrobike sometimes can work against you, but yeah, with Acrobike sometimes you discard a custom catcher, for instance. But Acrobike will also make sure you can just sometimes get an energy in the discard pile without having to rely on Chuckle in the early phases of the game. That way you can use your Netball for an Exeggcute instead of a Chuckle. So Acrobike also makes the deck a little bit more faster. We don't have, of course, as mentioned, the Let Loose Marshadow. So sometimes if an opponent uses the Reset Stamp on us, we can draw into an Acrobike. With an Acrobike, we can draw into a Draw Supporter, and we are back in the game. That's how it rolls. Moving forward, we're going to be running 4 copies of the Custom Catcher. This is going to be our main way to gust Pokemon up. As mentioned, sometimes we use Acrobike and there's like 2 Custom Catchers in there. It happens from time to time after testing. Yeah, you definitely need the Acrobikes to have a little bit of an edge. Sometimes you even discard a Pokemon with Brock's Grid. Sometimes you definitely have an edge to get everything back. But Custom Catcher will be there to just target the opponent down. It's going to be fantastic to just use those gusting effects. Alolan Exeggutor can almost one-shot everything in the game from one-price attackers, but for tag teams we're definitely going to be two-shotting, and there's going to be a way to just increase the damage output even further. So we have a Reset Stamp. Every deck should run 1 copy of Reset Stamp. This makes sure that the opponent shuffles their hand into the deck and draws the same amount of cards equal to their prize cards. In the late game we can just set them back to 1 card or set them back to 2 cards, and then we can regain the game. That's also a reason why there are so many supporters in here. Typically you would like run 8 draw supporters. This time around it's different. We are going to be running 11 draw supporters, so we are definitely not going to be set behind with Reset Stamp. We also have Acrobike, so that's that. Then for the stadium card of choice, you could be running Life Force Prism Star, but we're only running 1 copy of the Grass type Alolan Exeggutor, so 4 copies of the Shrine of Punishment. Why 4 copies? I'm gonna explain that to you right here. The GX amount that we're gonna see at tournament play will increase by 10-fold thanks to the Cherish Ball being released and Unified Minds. So I expect a lot of tag team decks, a lot of GX based decks. So that's why we're running the maximum amount of 4 copies of Shrine of Punishment, so we can smack it down. Then the damage counters will do its work. Then Alolan Exeggutor smacks with Tropical Shake, then some more Shrine of Punishment shenanigans going on, then Tropical Shake again, and boom, we get 3 prize cards, and that will work in the prize favor against Tag Team GXs, because as mentioned, no longer there is Ace Roll Up, no longer Max Potion, so we can definitely smack the hell out of every single tag team in existence. So that's gonna be fantastic. For the energies, we're gonna be running 6 copies of the grass type energies. I think that will last you through the game, because Alolan Exeggutor only needs one in the first place, but yeah, we can use Netball to search it out, and we can get them back with Brock's Grid if it's definitely gonna be a time where you don't have energies. You can use Brock's Grid and then use Netball, so you definitely have energies to last you out through the game. Then for the random type of energies, we're gonna be running a Fire Energy, a Psychic Energy, a Lightning Energy, a Fighting Energy, and of course a Metal type energies. For the tag teams, actually tag teams, the tag cards in this deck, as mentioned, the Mew from Broken Bonds is a nice option, but you could also be pairing it, like maybe you run 1 copy of Viridian Forest in here together with like a Baby Buzzwole, because Baby Buzzwole also can use this Fighting Energy to knock out yeah, Pikachu and Zack from Tag Team GX. If you're having trouble against that matchup, maybe try out those tag cards. But for now, why these type of energies? Fire Energy is very nice because, of course, that way we can abuse the opponent's Heat Factory Prism Star. We're gonna be running Metal type energy as well, because this can abuse the Mount Coronet if we see that in certain decks. There's also gonna be a Lightning type of energy, just for the memes of it. Lightning is awesome, and then 2 other energies, just Psychic and Fighting. Yeah, you can choose whatever energies you want, but definitely run a Fire and a Metal type energy. So these are all the energies in the deck. There's gonna be 5 different energies together with the 6 basic grass type energies, and that's gonna be the deck for the first post-rotation deck profile. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this post-rotation deck list. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the like button. Also put in the comment section what you would typically change about the list. Have you tested it out already? Let me know how Alolan Exeggutor fares. We're definitely going to be exploring more deck profiles later down the week, so definitely subscribe so you don't ever miss out, and I'm curious to hear your opinion about Alolan Exeggutor. Anyhow, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.